A new product hits the market. The reaction is immediate, demanding something that looks fresh right this second. Right now, everyone understands the assignment. The original design brief is active in the mind of the creator and the consumer alike. Walk down an aisle, and you see exactly what the object is competing against, sitting directly adjacent on the shelf. The comparison is literal and live. In this environment, almost any choice gets a pass, as long as it speaks the visual language of the current moment. We can clearly read what the design is responding to, because we live in the same culture. But that instant feedback is a temporary evaluation, skewed heavily by the noise of the present day. Skip forward half a century. Place that object in a space like Pad London, surrounded by the ancient stone arches of a historic building. The original brief has evaporated. The direct competitors are gone. The magazines that praised its modern look are out of print. Nobody remembers the cultural movement it belongs to, or the trends it was reacting against. What is left is a silent, entirely isolated test. The raw physical decision stands on its own, and the final price tag is the only remaining verdict. How an object fares in that silent test is determined long before it hits the shelf, starting directly at the concept sketch. From here, a designer's logic typically splits down one of two paths. One route relies on the surface. These decisions try to capture the exact mood of a specific decade, heavy on styling and pattern. Decades later, those aesthetic first choices look like relics to future observers. The design fails the test, not because it was poorly made, but because it provided a highly specific answer to a stylistic question society simply stopped asking. Then there is the second route. Here, the defining design choice is a core physical mechanism or a unique material property. Take this century-old space-saving metal sink, built for those narrow sleeper cars. The heavy hinge mechanism folding the basin into the wall is a pure physical solution to a spatial constraint. You need zero historical knowledge to understand exactly how it works today. You see the same logic surviving in modern work, like a sofa built from hand-woven nitinol that flat packs and self-deploys, or a table lamp formed entirely from a single folded sheet of steel. These physical behaviors remain perfectly legible. Long after aesthetic arguments fade out, the mechanical logic holds its value. We obviously cannot run a 40-year aging test on a product before it ships, but we can run an immediate, practically free version of that test right now, inside the concept phase. The filter comes down to asking a single question of your early ideas. Which choices require this year's context to make sense, and which are actually structural? This chart shows the cost of design changes over a product's lifecycle. Notice how the expense remains flat during the concept phase and spikes exponentially the moment tooling begins. Identifying true load-bearing decisions and discarding cautious, self-conscious styling is the absolute highest priority of this specific window. Operating strictly within this early conceptual stage allows studios to examine dozens of fully resolved options at once. That sheer volume of rapid iteration gives a team the critical time to notice the difference between fleeting fashion and permanent structure. A sketch costs almost nothing to discard, but a manufactured tool is a massive commitment. See every angle and understand the weight of your decisions before you build.